And welcome back to the SAS Center here in Edmonton as we get ready for our final game of the night here at the Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals between the Sherwood Park Ball Hogs and Wiserhood from British Columbia. Bryce Birch here on the call as Wiserhood stands tall in their black uniforms with gold etching, while Sherwood Park is going to be rocking the comparable coat of arms in their cream color uniforms as well. Wiserhood sending the ball into their offensive zone along there on that right wing to start things going here. Still fighting for it in the corner. Eventually coming up, now it's going to be Sherwood Park pushing up that left wing. Sherwood Park is sitting undefeated right now with 3-0 record with wins over Victoria Vipers, the Oakville Ducks, and Big Hot Men from Saskatchewan. On the other side, Wiserhood is sitting at 1-1-1. They've gone through the full gambit of potential outcomes. Losing to the Vipers, defeating the Oakville Ducks, and drawing with the Big Hot Men. Just over a minute down here in Edmonton as the ball is in Sherwood Park's offensive zone. Still waiting for a decent shot opportunity as there's been a couple of misdirects that have been just harmlessly thrown into the corner. That one looked to be a little bit better as that one was piped down the middle. Either way, it's going to be rotated around for the Ball Hogs. Out towards the red line. That's going to be the number 8 of Blake Durr. And the ball is going to come loose and stopped after it was deflected out of play and into the Wiserhood bench. Face off. Still in the neutral zone, now thrown down deep, and it's just going to be covered there by the goalie. In net today is going to be, looks like Jacob Ellsworth. 13-16 remains here in the opening period. Still scoreless between Sherwood Park and Wiserhood. Face off. Taken by Wiserhood. Thrown over the middle. That was their first shot of this game. They rotate around and keep the ball inside their offensive zone. Throwing it away. It's going to be rotated around for the Ball Hogs. A lot of good battles along the board so far in this one. This one's rifled towards that. Requires a leg save. Blake Durr. Leg save there. The ball is going to come. And Sherwood Park's going to be able to get a line change here. Wiserhood's going to follow suit. Wiserhood, deep in their own zone. Rotates to the right wing this time. Looking for possession as they move forward. Up the left wing. Deflects into the zone. Chase into the near corner. Wiserhood still with it. Setting up their offense. Now reversing the side of the playing surface. Picked up, and there's going to be a penalty against Wiserhood, and I don't think they're happy about that one. See what the call is here. 2 minutes for interference, it looks like. The ball will come down into Sherwood Park's offensive zone. Kyle Uzelman will take this one on the face-off. He'll win that for his Ball Hogs as they set up their first power play opportunity of the contest. Throws that one down low. Leg save there by the Wiserhood goalie. Ball Hogs with possession still up near the blue line. Now working that left wing. Coming closer. Shot redirected into that far corner. Be chased down by a couple players on each squad, picked up by Sherwood Park again. It's Tyler Parker with the ball, turns it over, goes the other direction, breakaway, and another call against Wiserhood. And this might be a 5-on-3 opportunity for Sherwood Park. Ball Hogs have had limited success on the power play so far, as they're 4 for 9 in the tournament. However, they didn't really need to score on the power play anytime against the Big Hot Men, as they just absolutely demolished them 17-0. 13 different scorers for Sherwood Park in that contest, as the Ball Hogs look to be one of the strongest teams in the division here. They're putting it in low, and that's going to be a goal. Goal scorer looks like he's limping just a little bit. No, I think that was actually the one that got the assist. Either way, Sherwood Park finding the back of the net early, courtesy of Kalen Veldman. Kevin Golding there with the assist. And Sherwood Park is up 1-0. Face off quickly right back at the start, as we're back to even strength for both teams. Nope, still the man advantage. That's been a major on the penalty there against Wiserhood. Either way, Sherwood Park pushing hard still. Rotating out for Smith. Wiserhood's going to get a change. .56 on the clock here in the first period. As the ball is going to come down into the Sherwood Park defensive zone. Still up man advantage here. They're going to start their offense on that left wing. Good defense there. Slows things down. Turns the ball over towards Wiserhood, and they're going to dump it all the way down the floor. 10:56 remaining here in the first. Ball Hogs can't get it completely out. Chasing down the length of the floor. Goalie's going to have to come out of net here. Try to play this back the other direction. Quickly back the other way. That's Smith. Over the middle still. Taken by the Ball Hogs. Now into that far left corner. Moving around. Throwing it out towards the middle. Looking for Vogel. No dice there. And ball's going to come out again. Parker, Cadwell. Lario. Winch and Zykowski out there for Sherwood Park. Ball caught down low. And we're back up to full strength. Coming out of the box is Wiserhood. 2-on-1 the other direction, trying to push it towards the right side. A little bit too far, but Wiserhood still on the attack. Couple of opportunities down low. Really peppering the goalie, and it eventually cleared back out to the red line. Wiserhood still in possession. Pushing down towards the net. Eventually turn the ball over back towards Sherwood Park. 10:06 remaining here in the opening frame. Ball Hogs up 1-0 against the team from British Columbia. And we're going to get an offsides here. Sherwood Park just a little bit too antsy crossing the blue line. Parker against Ryan Sadra. With the face-off this time, Sadra taking this one for Wiserhood. Moving up the right side. Turnover, breakaway the other direction. 99 takes a shot, and that's going to be in. Zykowski with the goal, putting Sherwood Park up a second. With 9:34 remaining here in the first period, the home province team getting a good lead to start off this one. Really good feed there. Was just able to force the 2-on-1 the other direction. Now Wiserhood finding themselves down a couple. Pushing hard towards the opposing net. No dice this time. Comes back around. Now into the corner. Ball Hogz trying to move up that left wing. Both teams fighting for it and in the neutral zone. Over towards the middle. Eventually picked up again by Wiserhood. Sadra. He goes down. Should be a tripping penalty. And there is the call. And now Wiserhood's going to go on the power play for the first time in this contest. Wiserhood didn't have any opportunities in their 4-4 tie with the Big Hot Men, but are 2-7 the rest of the tournament. Both those power play goals coming in their loss to the Vipers. Ball Hogz win the faceoff, turn the ball over promptly, and Wiserhood's able to keep it inside their offensive zone. Moving towards the right side, now back up to the top. That's a wrister. That's going to go off the wall. Rebound opportunity, poked away by the defense. Wiserhood maintains possession with 1:40 left in this power play. Cycling around to the top. Now back over the middle, near side, corralled there by Saran. He'll throw it in. No dice. Back towards Michael Craig. Two Craigs on the roster for Wiserhood. Michael in 97, Steven in 94. It's Michael that took that shot. Well, looks like a little under 8 minutes remaining here in the first. 1:23 remaining on the penalty against the Ball Hogz. Rotating around, looking left. Takes a shot, and that's going to go right underneath that neck guard of Ellsworth in net. 1:09 remaining in the power play. 7:22 remaining here in the first period. Ball caught up in the corner. Brought out by Wiserhood down to the blue line, rotating around. Back towards that left wing. Down low, centering pass, a little bit too far. Chased down by Wiserhood. They'll bring this one back up. Fakes the shot, moves to the right side this time. Cross-court pass. No opportunities over there. They'll send it up to the top of the point. 30 seconds left in the penalty. That's a rip from the right side. That's going to go wide right as well. Try it from the left side now. That's going to be deflected in the corner by the goalie. Wiserhood will have to reset their offense, so they'll get a change as well, at least from the defensive pairing. Throwing this one in directly on net, corralled and thrown out by the Ball Hogz. They'll have an opportunity on the other side of the floor. They'll take a shot towards the net. It's going to go into the corner. Streaking down to go get it is Benjamin File. They'll set up the offense. As we're back to full strength for the Ball Hogz. Sherwood Park looking for their opportunities now. At even strength. Deep pass, and this one's going to be brought back for icing with 6:06 remaining in the first. Again, Sherwood Park still undefeated in this one as well, the home province team from Alberta is looking to have a good finish here to pool play. The face-off's going to be in the far right face-off circle. Won by the ball Hogz. Mishandled, though. Able to keep a hold of everything, and a goal comes in from the left wing. I don't think anybody was expecting him to take that shot, but finds it right over the blocker. And Sherwood Park goes up 3, courtesy of a wrister from Braden Caldwell. Sherwood Park throwing it in thick to start this one off. Only about 10 minutes done in the first period. And the ball Hogs are up by 3. Wiserhood. They've shown a lot of great opportunities. And there they go, getting 1 goal back. Catching the goalie off guard and just throwing it towards net to see what happens. In this case, it finds the twine. It's going to be the center with the score. He'll take the face-off directly. That was Adrian Jackson who put it in to get Wiserhood on the board. Ball Hogs coming back hard, eventually poke checked away there by the Wiserhood goalie. Sent up the right wing and down into the corner. Sherwood Park throws it back quickly to start the counterattack. Centering it, but it's going to be deflected by Wiserhood, and they're going to get a change. Sherwood Park now left wing. Throws it towards net, a little bit wide, now into the back corner for the 84 Brandon Vogel. Shot goes wide. Sherwood Park still maintaining a lot of a strong offensive presence here. Bring it in and down low, and they're able to get a goal again. Quick turn of events. I'm not really sure what was going on in net there for Wiserhood, but seemed to be kind of a careless disregard of the ball just coming straight at him, almost dead on. That is what, 8 feet away from the crease? As Sherwood Park goes back up by 1, and they're not wasting any time. Here comes the Wiserhood right off the draw, throwing it towards net, bouncing off the back wall into the corner. High-paced hockey, no breaks. Back the other way, Sherwood Park on the left wing. Driving in the corner, coming towards the net. Leaving it off for Vogel. Over the middle now, and eventually poked away by Wiserhood. They'll move up that left wing. That's Jaden Saran. So he'll move that into the corner in front of the Sherwood Park bench. They'll get a couple of new forwards out there. Smith, Dare, and Valeria will be your front line. Braden Caldwell, one of your scorers, coming back out there. He makes a move, takes a shot. Rebound opportunity just a little bit too outside for Dare to get the putback. And here comes Wiserhood, straight up the middle. Over towards the left, having to dump it in and chase his Dio. Around the backside, up against the far boards. Wiserhood moving it back over the middle again. Leaves it off towards the blue line. Shot. Sadra misses to the right. 3:30 remaining in the first. Sherwood Park up 4-1 against Wiserhood. And it looks like the ball Hogs are just going to take a little bit of time here, get some fresh legs out there as they approach the blue line once again. And it looks like we might have a delayed penalty here against Wiserhood. Interference the call. As Dami will go to the box. Sets up the power play here for Sherwood Park once again. Looks like it's Kurowitz Nung, Baines, and Joe Hall out there for Wiserhood. Sherwood Park will have 5 players of their own with about 3 minutes remaining here in the first. Face off near circle. The Wiserhood defensive zone. They're trying to clear it. They're able to move up their right wing. 2-1 shorthanded opportunity if they got it. Still in their offensive zone. And that might have been a shorty. It was off camera view. We'll see how they celebrate. Either way, what a great opportunity for Wiserhood to get back into this one with a shorthanded opportunity. They do get a goal on the shorty. Like Ryan Kyla might have been one of the guys that scored there. We're back at it. No breaks here in this first period. Sherwood Park up 4-2 against Wiserhood, still with the man advantage after the shorthanded goal. Ball comes loose, thrown out of the zone to be chased down by some of the ball hogs. 2:36 remaining here in the first. Veldman, I believe he had the second goal for Sherwood Park. Throws it back now for Dare. He's going to go to the left-hand side. Walking it forward, that shot goes wide. Chasing it down in the corner is Sherwood Park, and they'll reset their offense in the power play once again. They'll try the right side this time. Walking it forwards, no dice. Back to Bear, a little pitch and go. Trying to find some way to cut into that diamond that's being so strong defensively on this penalty kill for Wiserhood. That ball is going to be deflected up and out of play. Face-off will remain inside the zone. Ball comes out for Sherwood Park. Looks like Caldwell's going to be at the top of the point this time. Rotating around, setting up Veldman on the right wing. Looking for somebody over the middle. Can't find it. It's going to go all the way over to Dare on that left wing now in that left corner. Sending it back behind the net. Over towards Veldman once again. On the near side. Kept down by Caldwell. Turnover. Deep pass. One of the Wiserhood players is down there, but it's going to be won by Sherwood Park, and they're going to reset their offense here. With about 1:16 to go. 4-2, ball Hogz over Wiserhood. It looks like we're going to have a delayed penalty. Donnie's coming out of the box, but the goalie for Sherwood Park's able to come off 6-on-5 on the delayed penalty against Wiserhood. Caldwell right wing, dump and chase, and I don't think anybody from the ball Hogs thought that they had to chase it. We'll stop the clock, and we'll see what the penalty is coming up against Wiserhood. Spearing against Adrian Jackson. Jackson, the first goal scorer for Wiserhood today. That's a big loss, but it's back to the penalty kill now for the British Columbians. Less than a minute to go here in the first period. Sherwood Park up 4-2. Ball comes out over the middle. Streaking down is Wiserhood as they'll have another shorthanded opportunity. But I think the ball's going to be poked away from him. And Sherwood Park's going to come up quickly up the right wing. Lekowski had the ball knocked away from him, and it looks like it's going to be icing this time or some kind of delayed penalty. They're going to bring this ball back towards the blue line. Face-off going to be outside the offensive zone. As Sherwood Park loses the face-off this time, dumped down the floor by Wiserhood. And Sherwood Park should have at least time for one good opportunity, if not a couple, in the waning moments here of the first period. Zakowski throws it in the corner, and it's going to be picked up by Wiserhood. Looks like the ball hogs were offside there. We'll try it again from that face-off dot. One again by Sherwood Park. Moving up the left side is Parker. He'll throw it back towards Uzerman. Down towards Ikowski, who will let one fly again. Bounces off the wall. They're going too high. Another shot opportunity deflected by the fence. And we got a player down for Wiserhood right past the right post. Not sure who that is on the floor, but he is down for the count. Not the kind of action you want on a penalty kill this close to the end of the period, especially the first period. As the Sherwood Park players are heading back towards their bench. So waiting to see if there's a penalty to go along with it as the refs have come up towards the penalty box area, and the scorer's table looks like it's going to be a play-on scenario. So hopefully that player for Wiserhood is going to be okay, as he's now gotten up underneath his own power and will head towards the bench. Ryan Kyle is not happy, indicating that he got hit in the neck. Wiserhood down one man still due to the penalty. They'll come out and a little bit of jaw in here. As Back at it to start the second period here from Edmonton at the Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals, the SAS Center. Sherwood Park still on their man advantage, this time attacking the left goal on your screen. Caldwell trying to set up the offense. They'll rotate back through for Dare. They'll push up that right side as Ball Hog set up in a 1-3-1. Deep shot goes off the left side of the goal. And we'll have a stoppage in play. 2 minutes and 36 seconds remain in the penalty against Wiserhood. Double minor for slashing at the end of the first period. And it's been a very long penalty kill for Sherwood Park. That slashing penalty ended up coming up just as a previous penalty was wrapping up. The player actually left the box as the goalie for Sherwood Park was coming to the bench for the delayed penalty. So it's been about 4.5, 5 minutes worth of a penalty kill for Wiserhood that also had an injury delay, as that one's got a wrister that goes just wide, and another Sherwood Park player taking a tumble and roll on the floor here, about a minute down in the second period. Smith rotates towards the right side, setting up the offense from the top of the point. Shot from the right side, goes in the corner this time. Hack and slash to try to get the ball down the boards. No dice for Wiserhood. They'll drive closer, a little bit of a shove up front. Might add an interference call if they wanted to be picky about it. Either way, ball comes down low again. Wiserhood with possession behind their net, trying to get the ball out for all intents and purposes. Eventually getting the Sherwood Park faithful to reset their offense and some fresh legs out there for Wiserhood. Sherwood Park almost had a too many men on the floor penalty there for a second. Was able to get back to the bench quickly enough to avoid that one. Shot wide off the wall, and Wiserhood's going to send this one back down the ice. 12:53 remaining here in the second. Sherwood Park up 2. Bear can't get the ball into the zone. Gets a little bit of help to maintain possession. They'll try it again, this time from further up the right side. Streaking in is Fail. He's able to get possession here and set up the offense on the left side. And we're going to get a cross check with 33 seconds remaining in the penalty, and this one's going to go against Sherwood Park. So we're going to have 33 seconds of 4-on-4 even strength hockey. First time we've seen both teams with the man down in this contest. Bring the ball all the way down to the near face-off circle. Where it looks like Benjamin Field, Ryan Sadra will take the face-off. Won by Sherwood Park, pushing up the left wing. A little bit of contact there for Golding, but he's able to hold on to possession, fighting against a couple of Wiserhood players. Moving it past the blue line, sending it across the floor, but picked up by a Wiserhood defenseman. 11:53 remaining in the second period, almost up in this 4-on-4 stretch of hockey. Wiserhood will have the player coming out of the box, and there he comes. Adrian Jackson, fresh off the double minor. That 4-on-4 even strength stretch was the last time that we've had even strength play since the 9th minute of the first period. Now Wiserhood with the man advantage. Let's see what they can do on the power play. Rotating around, bring it up towards the top for Jackson. We'll move it to the left wing, pushing into the corner. And Wiserhood will look for an opportunity. Sends it back up to the top, back to the left. Comes over the middle, deflected a couple of times, still being fought for. Possession in the hands of Wiserhood. Left wing. Towards up front, trying to find a centering pass. Nobody there on the cut. It's a good idea, just nothing available. And Sherwood Park's going to dump this on the right side. They got a guy there. He's coming up one-on-one. Poke check, still loose. The defenseman having to come up and save the day for Wiserhood to not allow the shorthander. The men in black for British Columbia now coming back up that left side. Still with the man advantage, but only in the waning seconds here of the power play. They've got the ball in the left wing. Sends it down to the extended goal line on that left side. Recycles and goes up to the top. Pereira over the left side. That's a shot deflected by the defense into the corner. Dancing around left side. He'll take a rip. That's going to be deflected high and into the opposite corner. Picked up by Sherwood Park. They're able to send it down the other way and get some fresh legs out there. 9:36 remaining in the period. Ball in the far corner with Sherwood Park looking for their fifth. Instead, Wiserhood comes up the other way. Waiting for the ball to come back, setting up their offense. Across the blue line, throwing it in towards the net. Dynamic rebound opportunity. Ellsworth's going to have to come all the way out of the crease to try to stop that one. He does successfully. And Wiserhood right back at it. Sends this one in the far corner. Chased down now by Uzelman. Back corner. And that's going to be covered up by Ellsworth in net for Sherwood Park. 4-2 is your score. Ball Hogz still on the penalty kill. Wiserhood with a good look there. It's going to bounce off and get sent down the floor. Sherwood Park, still a man down. Sets up the wall along the blue line. Jackson forces it on the near boards. Sets up the offense. Now gets it back to Jahal. Jahal, good move there. Sends it to the left. Shot, that goes wide. Rebound opportunity. No dice. Wiserhood getting some good looks here, but just enough of a defensive effort by the Ball Hogz to stay on top. Quickly back the other way. Opportunity down low. Crashing is Lynch. He's down on the ground. Other players down on the ground. Even strike now for the Ball Hogz. Keep on peppering and we'll get a stoppage in play as the net comes off. I think the question is, really, are we going to see some 5-on-5 hockey for an extended period of time here? Penalties have been all over the place as we're about halfway through this contest. 7:48 remaining in the second period of a face-off towards the blocker's side of the Wiserhood goalie. Ball comes around the backside of the net, now into the far corner, picked up there by Valerio. Not sure if he's trying to do a Michigan and said he'll try to walk it out towards the left side. Comes back towards the goal. He's got a player and a teammate behind him. And the ball is going to be smothered there by Kamaldeep Kangura. Face-off's going to be on the glove side of the goalie this time. Quick rip, goes straight into the defenseman. No harm, no foul. Ball Hogz still with possession. Trying to feed it down low. Couple of good looks. Poke checks away, and eventually hungry hippoed there by the goalie. Actually looks like Sonny Soroya is in net for Wiserhood. So he stands tall once again here in the second period. No goals scored this frame yet. Sherwood Park trying to get the advantage here from the left wing. They'll throw it in. Opportunity deflected once again, this time by the defender from Wiserhood. And he'll start the offense back the other way. Opportunity right over the middle. Couple of chances across the blue line. Still over the middle, but just gets a little bit too aggressive with the stick handling there. It's going to be redirected in the corner to be picked up by Sherwood Park. Across the red line they go, dumping it into the far side. Ball Hogz will get a change. And back on defense, Sherwood Park goes. Wiserhood now getting some fresh legs out there. Sherwood Park's going to dump the ball into their zone. Still being fought for possession-wise over the middle. Picked up by one of the Ball Hogz, and he'll move fast over to the left side. Drops off her teammate at the blue line and turns it over to Wiserhood. Streaking up the left side, looking for an opportunity. 3-on-3 inside the offensive zone for Wiserhood. They'll take a shot. Leg save there by Ellsworth. And here come the Ball Hogz. Good play there, right inside that center circle. Wiserhood's going to put it in their zone once again. Left wing. Down low. Now picked up by Sherwood Park, trying to find an outlet pass, no dice. Wiserhood's going to chase it down with 5:20 left here in the second. Looking on that right wing. Couple of players trying to poke it in past that blue line. Including Trevor Nung. Now we'll try the left side this time. Diving attempt. Instead picked up by the Ball Hogz. They'll take a shot. Goes off the shoulder of the goalie. Down low again is number 98, Trey Parker. No dice there either. Parker still fighting for it behind the net there. It's going to be eventually picked up by Wiserhood as they move up the right wing. Crosses over to the left side. Dumped in past the blue line. Picked up by a Sherwood Park defender in the corner. Defensive zone possession for the Ball Hogz. It's up 4-2 with about 4.5 minutes to go in the second. Ball loose in the neutral zone, now dumped into the near side corner. Comes all the way out to the red line for Donnie. He'll push it again towards the net, still loose, and it's going to crawl up underneath that left leg pad of Ellsworth. 4:11 remaining in the second. Both teams will get some new players out on the floor. Face-off is going to be off to the glove side of Jacob Ellsworth. Big push now by Sherwood Park with possession in the neutral zone. Waiting to get everybody onside. They do. Turn the ball over in the process, fighting for it right there on that far side, eventually corralled by Wiserhood. They'll move up the left wing. Bounce pass off the boards. Now into the corner. They have a streaker right down the middle if they can get them. Good defense there, slows that play down. Shot, goes wide. Picked up by Nung. Wiserhood still on the attack. Now picked off. Back towards Wiserhood. On that right wing. Fought along the boards right in front of their bench, comes over the middle, and they'll reset their offense. Turnover, over the middle, comes out towards Uzerman, and he'll take a goal on the transition. Kyle Uzerman gets a 5th goal for Sherwood Park, and the Ball Hogs are back up by 3 with about 3 minutes to go in the second. That's just good placement and hard work. Making sure that you're in the right position at the right time. It takes a lot when you're running up and down the floor like this, and that was just due diligence and a blue-collar goal there for Sherwood Park. Another shot. This one goes into the near side corner. Cross floor pass. He'll rip one off. This time it's blocker save. The Wiserhood's going to try to go back the other way. They've got an opportunity to chase one down in the corner. A little bit too much into that near side. They're able to get possession. Circling around, trying to find somebody over the middle. Good triangle defense right there in front of the crease. Now it's a 2-on-2 back the other way. Caldwell, who's already got a goal so far in this one, is going to send it right into the breadbasket of Soroya. And we'll stop the clock at 2:12 in the second. Smith to take the face off for Sherwood Park. Loses control over that one, but kept it in the zone. Ball loose, comes over to the near side for Veldman. He'll walk it into the zone as there's now a penalty, a double minor against Wiserhood, and we're back to a power play scenario for the Ball Hogs. Sherwood Park barely able to keep that one in the zone. But they're up 3, and they're going to have a man advantage for at least the majority of the rest of the period here, regardless of whether they put it in net or not. Shot goes wide, 3:20 remaining in the penalty against Wiserhood. Dare keeps it in with the ball now. Plays it off the boards in front of his own bench to a teammate in the corner, and they'll do it again. This one comes back around. Comes out for Vogel. Vogel in the corner, trying to find somebody to pass it to. Goes all the way across the floor, and Bear's going to reset the offense at the top of the point. Left side. Back up to Bear. He'll rip one. Comes loose, down low, rebound shot. Players on the ground, picked up again from the blue line. That's deflected back, and Bear's going to come back up top once again. Towards the right side, now down the wall. Finding that edge of the face-off circle, walks it in a little bit too high, but picked up. About 45 seconds remaining here in the second. That's a slapper from the blue line. Bear misses. He'll do it again. Less than 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Still a lot of time remaining on the Wiserhood penalty, though. Backwards pass over towards Smith. No dice. Comes out towards Wiserhood, and they're just going to throw it down the ice and slow things down. Faced by Ellsworth out of goal to try to get something going here late. Zakowski with a wrister. That's saved and into the corner, and that's going to do it here for the second period. Sherwood Park finds themselves in a very familiar position in this contest with a man advantage. And here we go in the third period. Sherwood Park up 5-2 against Wiserhood, but again find themselves with a man advantage after a double minor penalty against the British Columbians. They're now attacking the right side of your screen and deep into their offensive zone. Sending it back up top for Tyler Parker as they take a shot, and that looks like Parker was able to get that one in. I don't believe it was deflected by one of the forwards up near the crease, so they're going to give Parker the goal, and 6-2 is your score, as the lack of a fifth player was detrimental for the British Columbian team. Just a handful of seconds into this third period. Face off at the center circle, won again by Sherwood Park. Well on their way to their fourth win as they stay undefeated as another shot comes in. And Soroya takes an awkward fall but is effective in stopping that attack. Face-off's going to be on his glove side. And again, these refs aren't taking no time to take a break. They'll rifle another shot in, and Soroya is trying to grab that one. Eventually picked up by one of his teammates and taken out of harm's way. They'll move it up the right wing and go on the attack. They're going to have to find a lot of goals real quick to get back into this one. As the action's into the Wiserhood offensive territory, they're going to rip this one down towards the corner. Going to bounce around to the other side on the far wall. A little bit of a stick grab there by Sherwood Park. They'll get away with it. That's a wrister, and glove save by Ellsworth. Story of the contest have been penalties against Wiserhood. Seen double majors for spearing, double majors for boarding, a couple interference calls, and I mean, honestly, at this point, I think the majority of the game, Wiserhood's been a man down. For them to be only down by a couple here in the third period is a miracle. Either way, Sherwood Park's going to keep on pushing. They'll turn the ball over, and now Nung's going to move up the left wing, and he's going to be taken down hard. Valerio sticking out his stick. He tried to let go of it. Either way, attempt. Should still be a 2-minute minor. However, he's definitely going to the box. But Park's going to keep. He's kind of turn the ball over, and now Nung's going to move up. So no complaints or anything on either side. So at least that's a good sportsmanship by everybody, as Wiserhood gets to be in an unfamiliar position of being up a man. They'll fight for the face-off on the glove hand side, that left side, that far side of the Sherwood Park defensive zone. They'll let one rip from the top, trying to get the deflection down low, and he misses wide right both times. And as expected, it was a 2-minute minor for tripping, and we're going to see a stoppage in play as the ball goes out of bounds. Face off, won again by Wiserhood. Rotating at the top of the point. Fakes a shot, pass. Bounces off the foot. And eventually corralled again though by Michael Craig. Will push to the left-hand side as Sherwood Park is up 6-2, but killing off another minute 23 of a penalty here. Wrister deflected high and out of play. With about 12 minutes and 30 seconds to go in regulation. Face off here, just outside the Wiserhood offensive zone, picked up by the British Columbian team. Moving towards the right-hand side, just enough to cross the blue line and restart their offensive approach here with about 1:04 remaining in the penalty. Shot, and that one's also going to be deflected high and out of play. As the clock stops, it's going to be 61 seconds remaining in the penalty kill for Sherwood Park, with exactly 12 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Wiserhood having to go chase it down, figure out a way to break that wall along the blue line. More of a lucky strike than anything as it goes off the wall, but they'll set up their offense. Rotating to one of the goal scorers in Jackson, now towards Donnie in near side corner. 34 seconds remaining on the penalty, and another wrister from the blue line. No dice there. Jackson can't find the back of the net once again. Wiserhood, another wrister. That one's high. Good rebound opportunity, but good follow-up defense as well. Trying to see who that was for Sherwood Park, but he was in the right spot at the right time to disrupt that one. Looks like it might have been Tyler Parker. Or, excuse me, it was actually Benjamin File that was the difference maker there, preventing that goal. Ball Hogz able to clear it. Taking off a little bit more time here in this penalty. About 11:20 to go here in regulation. Last big push. We're back to even strength. (6-2) your score. Sherwood Park on top. Wiserhood needing to score goals in bunches as they cross the blue line on the right side. Now it's Sherwood Park, 3-on-2, taking the shot. That one goes high and wide and into the corner. Fouled by the Ball Hogz. Specifically, Mateo Valerio chasing that one down. Now bringing it back towards the crease. Couple poke checks, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty first. As now a little bit of an extra shove there. Not 100% sure which one of the players was getting directed towards the penalty box area, if not both of them. I have to watch this one diligently to see if one or the other or both head to the box. It might be both here. I have to count how many players are out on the floor for each team. And we'll see some 5-on-5 hockey here. 11 minutes to go in regulation. Face off. Won by the Ball Hogz. They'll take one. High and out of play, and we'll have a face off here in the near side circle. Sherwood Park up big here, about halfway through the third period. The Wiserhood's going to win the face-off and send this one deep down into their offensive zone. Sherwood Park able to get it out of harm's way and start the counterattack. Up the left wing. Now cross ice to Smith. They'll send that one back to Dare. Rotating around. Far side. Lets that one go in high. And no, he'll circle back to Smith. On the other side for one of the Valerios. He'll take a shot. Rebound. Corralled by the Ball Hogz. Now to that near side corner. Around the back of the net. Pushing towards their left wing. They'll take another shot. And again, deflected by Soroya, who's taking a little bit of extra looks here in this 5-on-5 stretch of hockey. And another shot this time picked up by the Wiserhood goalie. Actually, that one went in. I don't think I've seen a goal celebrated less by a team than Sherwood Park just did. Either way, they're up 6-2 on the scoreboard, but I think they're up 7-2 if you were to look at the scoreboard in the arena here at the SAS Center. Wiserhood in their black on black unis. Moving up their right wing, trying to get around all of the ball hogs. And now have an opportunity, streaking towards the center, falls over his own feet. Still fighting for the ball behind the net. Doing everything he possibly can to try to keep possession. He's leaving it all out there. Score doesn't matter when you're trying to fight at your national tournament. This is a great opportunity for Wiserhood to showcase that they belong here. Love to see that effort. 8:52 remaining here in regulation, though. Sherwood Park is up 7-2. Face off. Still tied up along the near side boards right in front of the Wiserhood bench. Comes out towards the crease, now into the far corner, chased down by a player on each squad. Caught up once again alongside the boards. Poked away there by Wiserhood as they rotate around and set up the offense and the attack behind their own net. They come up the right side now, bouncing along the boards. Wiserhood moves into their offensive zone. I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that Wiserhood's doing very well is that they're using the bounce passes effectively, probably more than any of the other teams that I've seen so far in this tournament. And another late shove by Wiserhood. And they're going to go to the bench in the box and have some more problems as roughing calls made against Wiserhood. Sherwood Park goes back on the man advantage. So they've got Parker, Smith, Feel, Winch, and Uzelman on the floor for the power play to start off this one. About 8 minutes remaining in regulation as the officials are sending one of the Wiserhood players to the locker room early. Looks like Mike Joel is going to be taking an early shower. Tough hit up against the boards. Players respond well. That one goes right off the crest of the Wiserhood logo. Eventually corralled there by Soroya. And we'll have the face-off on his glove side. Ball dropped. Picked up by Sherwood Park, setting up their offense. That wrister is going to go wide right into the corner. Picked up now by Vogel. Left wing. Now back out towards the middle up top. No real need to push it. As Tyler Parker sends it on the left side. Back behind the net. Into the far corner. 7-2 Sherwood Park with a man advantage here late in the third. And Wiserhood's able to send that one down the floor, give themselves a break. Fresh players coming off the bench for each side. Ugelman's going to handle this one back to the top of the key. Rotate to the left-hand side. Now down low in that far corner. Brister up top. Bounces around a lot. Picked up by one of the Wiserhood defenders. And it looks like we might have an interference call, as a couple of players got tied up. It is going to be a holding instead. The interesting thing about holding calls is you're not really sure who's it on until they make that call to the scorer's table. It's going to be against Sherwood Park, so we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey for a little bit. We ended the first period with a stretch of 4-on-4 hockey there. As it gets back to even strength left, 26 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey here with 6:34 remaining in regulation. Face off. Shot. Misses wide. Picked up now by Sherwood Park. Brings that down towards Caldwell. He's got a goal and a couple of assists. Wiserhood now trying to get another one on the scoreboard here. Center it up. Looks like they might wait a little bit and try to get their fifth man out there. They do. Streaking towards the front, comes loose. They'll send it down the ice. Wiserhood chasing it down. Trying to crack that blue line wall. Funnels it in, right over the middle. Good defense there by the ball hog. Sends it back on down into their offensive zone. A couple of new players coming out. All smiles for Sherwood Park. They know that they're just there to have fun at this point. As Wiserhood brings it in their offensive zone. Man advantage for about a minute still. They'll walk it in. They'll take a shot. That one gets loose and just can't get an accurate enough handle on it. Had Ellsworth beat dead to rights, but shot it right when he needed to shoot it left. Misses the net entirely. Wiserhood able to break that blue line, get in the zone, and sent right on back by Sherwood Park. Good defense there by the Ball Hogs. 4:56 remaining in regulation. Wiserhood, right side, off the wall, down in the corner, chased down by a couple players. Back into the corner for Pereira. Rotating around, picked off by the Ball Hogs. They can walk, and they're getting the guy out of the box. Odd man rush the other way. They'll make a shot, and the camera moved on me. Right as they were streaking across the crease, and they're celebrating it like it's a goal. And that would make 8 for the Albertans. Back to full strength hockey, 5-on-5. Sherwood Park wins the face-off and sends it to the near side corner in their offensive zone. That one's going to be covered up by Soroya, and we'll get a face-off here from the near side. 8-2 is your score, 4:22 remaining on the clock. Last game of the night here from the SAS Center. After these games are over, we should know seeding for remainder of the games in the tournament across the various classes. as the ball goes down to the Sherwood Park's defensive zone. Looks like it was deflected out of play just before going to the zone, so it'll be dropped outside the blue line. Picked up by Sherwood Park. And we'll bring this one back, because that one was just a little bit too antsy and a little bit too far for the ball hog on the attack. .354 remaining in this one. 8-2 the score. Sherwood Park on top. Face off, won by the ball hogs. They'll start moving up the right wing. Now they'll circle back a little bit, set up their offense. Find a couple opportunities on that left wing. Dumping into their offensive zone down there in the corner. Rotating around and picked up by Wiserhood. And they'll attack that right wing, chasing it down, trying to avoid any icing call, and I don't think they got there in time. Bring this one back all the way down the floor. Sadra, Nung. Couple of familiar faces for Wiserhood returning to the floor. About 3.5 left in regulation. Face-off shot. Blocker save into the corner. Picked up by Nung. Cross-ice pass. Right wing. Back to Nung. He'll take a shot. Defender came in late. Got a stick on it, though. Good job there by Sherwood Park. Quickly back the other direction on the left wing. Wiserhood now back the other direction. Streaking towards the goal. Have an opportunity. Redirected in the corner. Still chasing it down is Wiserhood. And looked like something happened in that corner away from the camera view. You know, with the way that they're heading towards the bench, it might be a penalty. Yep, it is going to be a holding penalty against Wiserhood, specifically Ryan Sadra. And Sherwood Park is back on the power play. Quite the technical game here with all these penalties and a lot of special teams action between power plays, penalty kills, and 4-on-4s, but we're not going to take a lot of time on the penalty kill on this one. As the first shot in the man advantage, it puts Sherwood Park up 9-2. That's 7-goal differential and enough to end this one early. Sherwood Park moves to 4-0. Wiserhood falls to 1-2-1. After this one, as Sherwood Park wins 9-2 here in the Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals in Edmonton.